Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be showing you my August TBR. This month I'm going to be participating in 2 readathons, and I'm really excited about both of them. The first one is ARC August, and that one is running for the full month of August. It is put on by Read, Sleep, Repeat, which is a book blog. There are a couple of lovely ladies that run that, so I'll leave a link to the sign up post down below in case you want to take part in it. But the whole point of this readathon is to just catch up on reading advanced reader copies or ARCs, because, you know, usually you get a ton of them at BEA and a lot of them are coming out in the fall, so August is a really good time to just catch up on them. Hello, Kristen from the future here. I actually have a really exciting giveaway, speaking of ARCs. So the lovely people at Flatiron Books have told me that I'm allowed to give away 3 copies of Girls Made of Snow and Glass. This is a book that I talked about in my BEA book haul. I'm really excited to read this one. I want to get to this one this month. And if you were not intrigued already by this beautiful cover, I'm just going to tell you that the back of this says, "The Bloody Chamber meets Frozen in this fantasy feminist fairy tale." So yeah. So down below there's gonna be a link to my blog where you can enter the giveaway, and I wish you good luck and a happy ARC August. So I have 3 ARCs that I'm planning on reading in August. These are my options too. I'm not necessarily committing to them, but these are the 3 that I really want to read the most. I don't want to choose too many books for this readathon or the other readathon because I also like to have the freedom to choose some other books that I'm just in the mood to pick up during the month. So okay, here we go for ARC August. The first ARC that I want to read is Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerri Maniscalco. This is the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I really enjoyed the first book. I thought Audrey Rose was an amazing protagonist, and I really enjoyed just everything that went on in that book, and also the Victorian London setting. So I'm very excited to dive into the sequel and to see what's going to be happening with Dracula. The second one on my list is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. I'm really looking forward to this one. This was one of my most anticipated from BEA, and it is an Asian-inspired fantasy novel that is based on Snow White, but it's based on the evil queen from Snow White. And it says that it is full of magic and romance and heartbreak, so pretty much all the things that I love to read about. And the last book that is on my ARC August TBR is Invictus by Ryan Graudin. I have talked about this one quite a bit because I'm really excited for it. This is a new young adult sci-fi novel, and it follows a crew of people that are aboard this spaceship called Invictus, and they are basically like a band of space cowboy thieves, kind of along the lines of the crew of Serenity and Firefly. So this book follows Faraway Gaius, who is a person that has been born outside of time. So he kind of is very full of himself. He doesn't really think that any of the rules apply to him, and he is training to pilot a time-traveling spaceship, but when he makes a mistake he gets fired from his job, and then he is later offered a position to construct a crew of people who are going to go back in time and steal really like high-priced and important objects from history. So it sounds really good. There is a girl character in it that has like rainbow hair, and she also has a red panda. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I think Ryan Graudin, I actually got to listen to her speak about it at BEA, which is in my vlog. She said that one of the first objects that they go after is this book that was aboard the Titanic, and there were just all of these disasters that happened to it. I believe it was like a gem-encrusted book, and just every time that it was in a situation, something terrible happened. So yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be really fun, and I know that Alexa from Alexa Loves Books already read it and really enjoyed it, so that is motivating me to pick it up. Then the second readathon that I'm going to be taking part in is the Tome Topple readathon. This is hosted by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, and this is a really fun one. It takes place from August 4th until August 17th. And the goal of this readathon is to read tomes. It's not necessarily, and tomes meaning books that are 500 pages or more. The goal is not necessarily to read as many books as you can, but it's to spend the time reading those bigger books that you usually maybe put aside because you're like, I could read this book or I could read like 3 small books. So there are 2 books that I definitely want to get to this month as part of that readathon. The first one being The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. And if you notice that my cover looks a little bit different than the one that you've seen in stores, it's because this is the Owl Crate exclusive version that came in the July box. But I'm really excited about this one. It's kind of a historical romp following this guy named Monty. And it follows Monty on his grand tour through Europe, and during this time he has lots of vices, including like drinking and gambling and stuff. He's a very irresponsible but supposedly really fun to read about character. And once he finishes this tour, he is expected to come home and take over his father's estate. And this is also has a male-male romance. Monty is gay and I think he's in love with his best friend, but I'm not 100% sure who it is, but I believe they're traveling together. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one, and this one is 507 pages, so it just makes it for the readathon. And then the other one that I want to read is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I watched the first season of the show on Sci-Fi Network and I loved it so much. I cannot wait for the second season to come to Amazon Prime without me having to buy it. But since then I've been really wanting to read the series, and this is the first book and it's enormous. This one is 561 pages, so I will be really happy if I get through this one and if I get through The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue this month. And yeah, so those are my readathon books. But then, like I said, I like to also have the freedom to pick up whatever else I might be in the mood for. It's currently, like, when I'm filming this, it's August 5th, and I've actually already read 2.5 books. No, 3.5 books this month. I've had like a really good beginning of August reading. So I'm not going to tell you what those are because you'll see them in my wrap up. But yeah, these are the next books in my pile to pick up. So let me know what you're planning on reading this month, and I will see you guys soon in a new video. Bye!